Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Robert here with the Hustle Nation. We've got a little hustle in the mug. We're all about some financial independence and trying to help others get to that point just the same. Now, there's a couple of concepts that, for the most part, they're less than 5. They're extremely basic, and if you can master those, any wealth is within your grasp, okay? Regardless of black, white, straight, gay, short, tall, whatever it is, I don't care. You can use these, get all those excuses out of your vocabulary and everything, and these are going to help you to get to that point that you want to be, if that's what you want to be. Now, if you have no desire for financial independence, some of these can help you. You can be a better person, I guess, but so just stay tuned. It costs you nothing. It's worth every dime that you've had to pay for the video. So I've always said, make sure you know your numbers in the sense of what is it that you have to exist, okay? And what I mean by that is what your housing, what your automotive, insurance, all your incidentals, food, utilities and everything, how much does it cost you to live every month, okay? And we're just going to use a figure of $3,800, house payment, expenses, everything. That's what it costs for you to exist right where you're at today, right now, okay? You make your take home is $5,000, okay? So we've got a number that is $1,200, okay? And this is what we call the spread, all right? This is how much you have coming in, and this is where it costs you to stay at, to live, okay? Now, a lot of people are like this, and they have no spread, okay? That's bad. And then some people are way up here where their living expense is more than they have coming in. And then guess what? All of a sudden, credit card debt starts going up. This starts happening. That starts happening. That's not a great yet. We need to be out of there, okay? No bueno. No, we don't want that, all right? So here's the thing. You got to work on your spread. The spread is what's going to allow you to become a multimillionaire, to allow you to be retired early, to allow you to go to all of your kids' games. It's going to allow you to, when you walk into the store, I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I know it seems trivial. And before I forget, for all the well wishes and congratulations on my 37 years clean yesterday. I do greatly appreciate that. If you're having trouble with addiction, please reach out. My email's in the description. Also, if you want 15 minutes of my time, send me an email and I will call you. Include your phone number. You can ask me anything about business, finances, or anything like that. If I can answer it, I will. All right. So here's the thing is that you're rolling along and all of a sudden you decide you want to kind of make this change and you want to start doing better financially. You want more money. You want to be able to go and do things. And the the turning point for me that I realized that, this was really starting to take hold, it was starting to work, was I went into a store and I saw a bag of beef jerky, okay? Beef jerky's great, it's favorite redneck treat, The thing about it is that, in my opinion, it's very expensive, okay? There's a lot of prep, a lot of labor involved in making beef jerky, and it's time consuming, okay? So it's got a high retail tag on it. Well, for the big bag that I wanted, it was like $30, okay? $30, not a whole lot of money. $30 for a big bag of beef jerky, it was always a big deal to me, all right? And I never bought the big bag until then. And the second time that it happened was having to do with pistachios. It's a great treat. I like them. They are expensive. But that time I bought the big bag. It was 5 pounds or 10 pounds, whatever it was. It was like, 25, 30 bucks, somewhere in there. I never looked at the price. I just knew that's the bag that I wanted. And there is a phenomenally amazing amount of freedom when you get to that point where the price does not concern you, okay? And it really does not take that much to get to that point, all right? And in the grand scheme of things, okay, having talked with a few people that are in a position financially that I would like to be at, basically, when you get to the point of about a minimum of $20 million, there's really nothing more that will make your life better unless you're buying yachts and jets. And the reality is that when you're worth 20, 25 million and have income that comes in from that amount of money, that net worth, okay, you get to eat what you want, you get to drive what you want, you get to stay where you want. Best hotels, $5,000 a night, it's not a problem. There's some places down in South Beach that are, $20,000 a night to stay in those suites in Miami, not a problem, okay? And the thing about it is that that spread, that $1,200 that we talked about, that's the money that you can take and start investing to start making money on your money, okay? That's the most important thing that I hope you'll ever take from my channel is that if you don't learn how to make money while you're sleeping, you're gonna die broke, okay? That's all there is to it. And I know for every one person that I know that has, we'll say, an income of $30,000 or more a month coming in from either dividend-paying stocks, a business that they started or bought, or rental property, okay? I'm not talking about that they got a job that they go to and they earn that money. This is something that comes in sideways over here, okay? For every person that I know that is at that point or greater, there's 40 people that I've met that make phenomenal money every year and don't have a pot to piss in and couldn't afford a window to throw it out. And the problem with them is that as soon as they stop working, they're out of business. There is no money coming in, and there's still a lot of money going out, okay? And so the thing about it is that we need to take that spread and invest it. First thing I'll tell you is get 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. So if it takes you $3,500 a month to live on, 6, that's going to be, I think, $21,000. You need to have $21,000 sitting in a savings account in a bank, and that's the only money you'll ever hear me tell you to keep on hand, all right? Otherwise, every dime you've got needs to be making money, all right? So there you have it, all right? That spread. And then we got to figure out how to make that spread greater. That's where a side hustle comes in. That's where maybe a second job will come in. That's where maybe, going back to school and getting a skill, say like if you're a nurse and you got a 2-year or 4-year degree and you go back and you become a nurse practitioner, guess what? Your income, generally speaking, most areas in the United States will almost triple, okay? Your liability and your responsibility will happen like that as well. So more comes when you get more, all right? Keep that in mind. So the thing is that we have to increase that spread. I'm going to do a video this week on a side hustle that costs absolutely no money out of your pocket. It is one of the very best things that I've ever seen. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to do a video with it and everything like that. Anybody that is above the age of 10 can start this side hustle, and it costs absolutely no money down, okay? It will require effort, but no money out of your pocket. So if you're dirt broke, you can do this one, right? The second thing that has to happen is once you're starting to make that money and expand your spread, second thing is you got to make the push. This is where it sucks, okay? Generally speaking, 3 to 7 years. 3 years if you're extremely aggressive. 5 years if you're kind of like me, a little overweight, and just a little bit on the hustling side. 7 years if you're dragging your feet, but making progress, okay? It's called the suck, all right? And it's going to suck because this is the time that you're going to be driving crappy vehicles. This is the time when you're not going to be eating out all the time and everything like that. And I'm not telling you that for the next 7 years you're going to eat top ramen noodles. That's not what I'm saying. But listen, okay? You're going to have to make some sacrifices. I have met nobody as of right now that has any wealth, that is sustainable, that has been long-term, that is in a position that I would trade places with, okay? I've met very famous sports stars. They ain't got a pot to piss in, okay? All of their money's gone for the most part. I've met people that have won lotteries. Guess what? Their money's gone for the most part. They got nothing, all right? The thing about it is that it's not so important becoming a multimillionaire. It's the person you become on your journey to being a multimillionaire, okay? That's very important. Here's the other thing about it is that we've got to make this push. You're going to have to learn how to tell yourself no. You're going to have to learn how to pass these things up. You're going to have to learn how to, keep on using that art that you really want to have redone, or the tile backsplash, or, getting the kitchen redone. You're still going to have to cook on that old crappy stove. Do it. Do it for 5 years. And guess what? You're going to be able to cook on any stove you damn well please. Give it 10 or 15 years, you'll be able to drive any car you want to. Okay. Now here's the thing that's going to happen to you. Okay. Pitfall number 1. You're walking along. Woo! We fall off that cliff. What happened? You started making some money. You got a little bit coming in. You got $300, $400, $500 coming in and everything. And like, damn, this is easy and everything like that. And I'm going to keep this going and everything. I'm going to double this map. I'm going to do it real quick and everything like that. But man, I sure like that King Ranch truck. I think I'm going to. I worked hard. And I've worked hard my whole life. And you know what? I'm a nice guy. And people like me. And by golly, I deserve that truck. I'm going to go out there and buy it. Well, now we do. And now we've got a payment, $700 a month. Guess what? It's a liability. Money's going out the window. Nothing's coming in from it. Okay? Be very careful of that pitfall. Do not succumb to that. That's what happens to the vast majority of people. It's like people get into doing rental properties. The number one mistake that I see anybody make within about the first 3 years is they spend the money. It is not something to generate money overnight, okay? You do that with a side hustle. Rental property, that's a long-term investment, and we're needing to hold the money, I suggest that every property that you have $10,000 to $15,000 in reserves for it, okay? Now, the more properties that you have, that's not really critical because the chance of, we'll say, having to replace 7 roofs at one time, probably not going to happen. So you might not need all of that money and everything, but you're going to need money, okay? And of course, the more properties you have, the more money you're going to have on hand in case something happens. Here's my whole thing with this, folks, is that this is available for you, me, and everybody in the United States. If you're born here, you're born broke. If you die broke, it's your choice. Just go ahead and look at the camera and tell me, Robert, I don't like money. I don't want to be abundant. I don't want to have prosperity in my life. I like being broke. I'm a brokey. I don't like to be able to order off the menu and not worry about price. I want just the Happy Meals. I don't want steak. I don't want lobster. I don't want 2-hour massages. Matter of fact, I don't want any massages. I don't want manicures, pedicures. I don't want Louis Vuitton purses. Just keep going with it. Just keep telling me everything that you don't want, okay? I'm not that guy, and I'm not going to have that conversation beside you because I want all of those as a choice. I might not want the specific item, but I want the choice. I want the freedom. I want to be able to walk in. I want to roll up in Vegas and get off at the airport and say, which casino do I want to stay at? I don't want to sit there and say, well, let me find one of them that's from the 1950s on the outskirts of town and everything that, it's $50 a night or $70 a night and everything in a high crime area. Nah, if I want to stay at the Wynn and it's $1,500 a night, by God, that's what I want to do. It's all about the freedom, folks. But the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out your spread and you're going to have to make that wider. And once you get it to a certain point, now we need to start some money after we got the foundation. What's the foundation? 6 months living expenses. Now we're going to make that push and we are going to become wealthy, not get rich. Okay, getting rich, you find $20 on the ground, you just got rich. We're about building wealth. That takes time. Hope you have a wonderful day. You get something from the videos, hit the bing bing, the like button and everything. And again, if you want 15 minutes of my time, send me an email with your phone number. I will give you a call. Let's talk. I want to help. Have a wonderful day.